Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Volunteerism is not free. It's my topic for this afternoon. You see, I was born and brought up in this city. I had my primary, secondary, university, first and second degrees here. I know you guys are thinking, where is this place? Any idea? Yes. This is our... At least this is the way I perceive my Zaria someday. If you believe it, you are right. And if you don't believe it, you are also right. I'm going to share a story, a transformative story that is going to inspire quite a number of you. So there's this structure. This structure is located in civil engineering of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Anybody who has been to civil would have seen this. I have a history with this structure. Through my primary, secondary school, I always find myself, because we do go to the university to fetch firewood, I always find myself resting here. I never knew what it was. Fast forward to when I became a student of the university, I still come here. There was a mango tree around it, and I find it a very good relaxation and resting point. Still, I have no idea what this was. Fast forward to 2013, I became a lecturer in this department. And ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what this was. Until 2016, I was appointed a member of a committee to demolish this and replace it with flowers. That was when I asked myself, what is this? I came in and I looked at it critically, and I saw that it was something very important. When I inquired more about it, I was told it is the Kainji Dam model. You know Kainji that generates electricity, right? So it's the smaller version of it that the white men produced for students to be able to learn how electricity is being generated from water. And then I started trying to find out. So I now discover that Kainji and ABU have a very, very wonderful history and relationship. So let me try to put it in such a way that each and every one of you will understand this relationship. And ABU. How can I bring back that love so that better things will come out of it? I looked at the many ways and I couldn't find a way. I thought to myself, let me use my most favorable proverb, start before you are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I started on my own. I tried to start reviving that dam. I carried out a series of assessments on it. I tried to check the components. What was it actually? Yeah, well, a turbine here, I assessed it, I removed it, and I tried to reconstruct some sections of it. Okay, some repairs with my little money. That time I was supposed to use that money to go for PhD. I spent everything on this. People were looking at me, and they were calling me a madman. You came here just yesterday, you saw professors here, 40, 30 years. They never thought about repairing this. You just come and want to repair. I continued. I dug out this and I repaired it. I found an alternative. I dug out this. That's a navigation lock. I reconstructed it. Students do come there while I was working. They will be asking me, can you really generate electricity from this? I said, I will try. I'll try. I kept on trying, and one day I even developed a flow chart of the system. One day I revived it, put in everything, and I generated 300 watts of electricity from this. I was very, very happy. The students also were very happy. Now this is where the story begins. I used my own money that I was supposed to use for my PhD to prepare this. Now I was given an email from the school in Malaysia. You have 1 week. If you don't come to Malaysia, you lose your PhD. I was confused. I was thinking, where do I borrow money? I ran to First Bank. That's where I got my salary. I asked them, can you give me money? They said, no, we have to change your account to current account, and then you have to wait until you receive a payment from me. I came back, hopelessly, I was walking back. Then I met someone very, very special. I'm sure how many of you can remember this? This is the current Vice Chancellor of Ahmad Bello University. Wow. Alright, as at that time, he was the Director of Advancement of ABU. So he asked me, because at some point I went to him to look for funds. So he asked me, Rashid, what about the model? Have you been able to revive it? I said, yes, I've been able to do that. He said, let's go and test it, let me see. I took him there, I tested it, and he was very happy. He took me to the Vice Chancellor. The next day I got a call, I met the Vice Chancellor. And that was Ibrahim Ibrahim. After my talk with him, he said, is there anything you need? I said, sir, when I started this work, people called me a madman. I need a handshake from you. And he said, stand up. And this picture was snapped by the current VC of ABU. I went for my PhD. Okay, he told me that he was going to visit the facility the next day. I was very happy. He came. I was the Vice Chancellor. And some deans, head of departments, they came, they checked, I tested it, and it worked. And then I was pinpointing things, I was showing him. And I told him, he asked me that you used your money for PhD to repair this? And I said, yes. He said, Ali, he called his PA, and he said, give him a return ticket to Malaysia. And that was why I flew to Malaysia, and the rest is history. I did quite a lot in Malaysia. I got a lot of awards, gold awards from different organizations. I've invented different things. I've won about 6 different research grants to do different projects. I got some series of talks around the White House. Now, after my experience in Malaysia, I came back. That model was still there. Nobody touched it. It was just there. I tried to revive it, but no money. I tried to revive it, no money. I kept looking at it. I kept trying. At some point, I wrote and I got a TED fund. Now, This is the dream I have for the user from that particular model. My plan is this is going to be a hybrid hydropower innovation hub where we will learn, students will come and learn about hydroelectricity and so on. So this is the model. This, you can see some research sit outs that I want students to sit down when I generate the electricity that we use. And then we can have a control room. I was dreaming to have a Starlink where they can come and browse. And then we can have maybe some solar panels that they can charge their laptops and do research and so on. And we have some wind vanes. I designed this with my own mad mentality. This is the world of Zen. Let me show you a bigger picture. So, this is how I wanted it to be. Now, I approached mainstream. You know, mainstream energy, they are the owners of Kanji. I reached out to them, I sent a letter, and we took the students and we went there. So I was to give a presentation about this to the management, and I gave the presentation exactly as I gave to you. The management were sitting down. And then I told them that I am representing ABU, coming here with something, a telephone brand, and I want to revive and reconnect Kanji with ABU. This time around, I didn't come empty-handed. I came with some money, some millions. And I said to them, because all the managements are there, that the Kanji is thinking whether to accept that love or to reject it. But I said there is one man, one hand in this room that I know is the only person that can push Kanji to accept ABU's proposal. And that man is Yosida, is the person we call the game changer. We call him Mr. Capacity. And we call him Mr. Talk and Do. That man is the executive director of Mainstream Energy. It is Raj. He was sitting there. He was very happy. I said, it's only you that can reconnect this and bring back that love that was all we were looking out for. And ladies and gentlemen, after my presentation, he asked the engineers to go to ABU, construct whatever he wants. So that love was revived. And from there, I think to confirm the revival, he asked us to fly private jets to aviation. We flew back to aviation. And ever since, I think, okay, you can recognize that guy, right? So that love, you know, this was me. I was in Abuja when they wanted to come and take measurements of the dam and start the reconstruction. They asked me to go to Donia Aviation at the international wing and take a private jet to Kanji, and we took their engineers and came to UB. This was that. And from here we flew back to Kanji and back to Abuja. So, this is the engineers. They are back in ABU. They've restarted reconstruction. I want to beg you, in like 1, 2, 3 weeks, please visit Ahmadu University. And I assure you, you will not believe what you see. These are the engineers coming to kickstart. You can see the reconstruction. This is me, but they destroyed everything. They said, we're going to destroy everything and we're going to give you a modern Kanji dam with all the features. It's going to generate 1 kilowatt of electricity. So it's actually a simple law, but he gave birth to a lot of guys. It's going to make ABU to be a talent pipeline for Kanji. So we can send students for IT. It's going to position mainstream as a research-driven company, and it's going to, for your information, mainstream sponsored our 45th convocation. That one we saw in ABU, it was sponsored by mainstream.